Hey, I'm Noelle.
And I'm Marisa, but Noelle calls me Pete.
I do.
And welcome back to Take It Home.
Yeah! Yes! Best day of our freaking lives.
Yes.
Because we get to record a sode and talk to you all.
Yeah.
Talk at you, and you unfortunately can't respond.
You can respond with your heart.
You can respond with your heart. You can also respond out loud.
True.
But we just won't hear it. But if you respond
you can message us.
Yeah, and then we will see that.
And respond.
And, yep, an ongoing conversation.
Yes.
So, before we start, shall we just go ahead with our
Sippy of the Weekie. Sippy of the Weekie.
Dude, that song is so weird.
Okay. So
Sippy of the Weekie.
Our segment where we talk about a drink that we're drinking. And I have to explain this. Okay. So this week, Earth Day occurred, and we're going to have a little nature theme to our episode today. So I thought, what's a nice Earth Day drink? And I was like, matcha, because it's green and it's grassy, whatever. And I was like, it would be really cute if I could make a blueberry, like a blue cold foam to go on top. So I was picturing this like beautiful matcha, iced matcha with the blue cold foam on top. And it didn't quite turn out that way. If you're watching, we just have like a gray drink. It's still probably going to taste good. But I made a blueberry syrup and then attempted to like add milk into it to make it cold foam, but it wasn't really foaming. And then it was more purple than blue, which was still pretty. But yeah, I should have used like heavy cream. 2 weeks in a row where it's kind of a fail.
So they just kind of like mixed in with each other. Now they're like kind of a grayish. It's like a grayish drink, but it was supposed to be bright green with like a bright blue foam on
to
top.
Look like the earth.
Yeah, and
But
it doesn't
it's
look
fine.
like that. But we'll see how they taste.
I'm gonna hope it tastes good, and I'm gonna mix mine. The more we mix, the uglier it gets. Now it just looks like mud.
It looks like clay.
Oh my god!
But when we covered ourselves in clay.
Yeah, you guys are gonna hear lots of stories today.
So it still is like the earth.
Wait, that's what I intended. Clay drink.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm scared.
It is good.
The blueberry syrup popped off. Okay, well at least it tastes good.
It tastes like Yummalicious Yummerton. And it looks gray, but
I need new matcha.
that's okay.
My matcha's almost gone.
Goodbye, matcha.
Hey, if any of you have good matcha recommendations, I never really know where to get it in New York or what kind to buy. I know I'm not a matcha like connoisseur.
Where did you get this last tin?
Well, I got this last tin from my friend's sister who has a matcha business, but she doesn't sell locally yet. So I could order online, but so I don't know if you know anywhere in New York that has good matcha, let me know.
Yeah, good quality matcha is expensive.
It is. It's like $40 for a tiny little tin. It lasts me a long time because I don't drink matcha like every day.
Well, maybe it'll be worth it to invest in another little matcha tin.
Well, yes, for sure. I just want to make sure I'm buying the right one.
Totally. McGodally.
So, anyway, it was good. I wish it presented nicer, but it's the taste that really counts, you know?
It is, and it does taste swell.
Swell. Interesting.
Is that a word I can use for...
It tastes swell. I don't know.
It tastes swell.
I mean, sure. Smile of the week, smile of the week, smile of the week, smile of the week. My smile was Easter. I had a really great day. I love any holiday, I will say, any chance to celebrate anything. My friend Michaela came over and I made us brunch and I made us carrot cake lattes.
Ugh. How were they, by the way?
They were good. They were good. We went to yin yoga together. And if you don't know what yin yoga is, it's like purely stretching pretty much. And you hold each stretch for like 1 to 5 minutes. So it's like really getting into releasing those muscles. And then we spontaneously went to dinner at a place that was around the corner. The place I took Noelle to for her birthday.
Shalom Japan.
A restaurant called Shalom Japan. It's a Jewish-Japanese fusion restaurant, and they have matzo ball ramen, and it's incredible.
So good.
We went right after yin yoga, had a little drink and some matzo ball ramen, and it was just like a really lovely time. And that was my smile.
Well, a very good Easter for Pete.
What's your smile?
My smile is I saw Schmigadoon on Broadway on Monday with Andrew, who has been featured on the podcast before. He had 2 complimentary tickets to see Schmigadoon, and he invited me, which was very sweet. And Schmigadoon was incredible. It warmed my heart. It was so funny. It also made me cry.
So it's a parody of Brigadoon. Brigadoon?
It's like, I think so. I actually don't really know Brigadoon that well. It's more like a parody of musicals in general. Like the whole thing is just making fun of musical theater. Like it's pretty much this based on the series Schmigadoon, which is a TV show. It's not based on, I guess this is the stage adaptation of the TV show Schmigadoon.
What?
But
I did not know this.
yeah, it was fucking hilarious. So it's like 2 people in New York City meet and fall in love. And then they are on a retreat in the Catskills, and they're like in a fight in the woods. And then they somehow end up in this magical land called Schmigadoon, where everything is a musical. And the only way to get out of Schmigadoon is to like find true love. And this couple is having problems when they get there, so they can't escape. But it's just so funny. Like, there's this one song about corn pudding, and like they're eating at a restaurant, and the waitress comes by and is like, "Our special is corn pudding," or something like that. And then the guy is like, "What is corn pudding?" And she's like, "Oh, you don't know what corn pudding is?" And then all of a sudden it turns into this whole dance number that's like, "I love corn pudding."
Oh my gosh.
My girl loves corn pudding every single day. And like, there's just these crazy dance breaks. It's literally, the whole thing is just making fun of musical theater, but like in making fun of it, like all of the dancing and singing is literally incredible because it's supposed to be like, I don't know, they're in a land of musical theater, and like the guy who's there like hates musicals, so it's like a whole thing. But then there was a really heartwarming part in the end of the show that I wasn't expecting, and me and Andrew both teared up, and I was like, wait, I didn't know Schmigadoon was gonna warm my heart too. But it made me laugh so hard, and it was just great, and I loved it. And yep.
Well, yay. I'm itching to see a show soon.
You should honestly see Schmigadoon, maybe.
Maybe I will.
I was entertained the whole time, too. Like,
there's so many things I want to see.
I know. I also still want to see, like, maybe Happy Ending.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Heard
a lot.
good things.
And Death Becomes Her.
Yeah.
And everything else that's on Broadway that I haven't seen.
For some reason, I thought you saw Death Becomes Her.
Mm-mm.
Why did I think that?
I don't know.
Anyway... Those are our smiles.
Corn pudding.
What was your smile?
Pete.
Listeners?
Oh.
No.
I was like, are you serious? I
No.
just said it.
We thought it'd be fun to do like a little Earth Day themed sode. But we were like, how do we talk about Earth Day?
How do we talk about Earth?
But we realized that we never told the full saga of our cross-country road trip that we took in 2020
Called Treep.
We refer to it
Treep.
we refer to it as Treep now. So this episode is going to be all about Treep and our Treep stories, because we had a nature road trip. We literally camped for a month, pretty much. There were a few times when we stayed in like a house or something, but we camped for a long time. We had lots of experience with nature, and it was honestly amazing.
It was so special.
I'm excited to reminisce right now because also there was just so many like funny, weird things that happened. I know like in one of our first episodes, we talked briefly about Treep. I guess I'll take us back to the beginning. So it's the year 2020 and, you know, the pandemic, and we were seniors in college. We all kind of went home. School was canceled, whatever, for the rest of the year. I don't know like how the plan came to be. it was me, Noelle, our friend Jake, and our friend Mason all decided to go on a road trip. But we were like, you know, there's a pandemic. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to be very socially distanced. We're going to mostly camp, just be with each other. We'll wear masks when we go in public, whatever. We weren't doing anything. None of us had jobs.
Yeah.
It was like peak pandemic. It was the summer of 2020. So
we had a month to just like...
It was the perfect time to do it.
Literally right between graduation and getting jobs and like...
Yes.
But yeah, COVID time. So we had to be socially distant. It ended up being just the four of us. And we started in North Carolina at my house, my childhood home.
In Greensboro.
In Greensboro. And we took Mason's Jeep.
Yes. So
everywhere.
I have to insert a photo, if I can find it, of Mason's Jeep. So Mason had a Jeep Wrangler. And I remember I only packed like one small duffel because we were going to be traveling for a month. And we needed to like pack as lightly as possible. So I had one duffel. I don't know what you guys brought, but somehow
I don't remember,
because we had the tent and we had all this other stuff, and then like Mason had a lot of things, and I have to insert the cooler. Yeah, okay, but that wasn't even in the trunk. But I have to insert a picture of the trunk because it was completely full, like Tetris from top to bottom. Like you could not see out the rear view. Insane. So we were in this tiny Jeep Wrangler to paint the picture, and we're off on our adventure. And the first stop, we went to Asheville. We went right on over west to the west side of North Carolina. And we stopped in Asheville briefly. We didn't stay overnight there. But we stopped because we wanted to go to this place called, what was it? Sliding Rock?
We went to Sliding Rock. I think that's what it's called.
So it's this like natural... Why is this in here? This picture of me cheerleading.
I don't know. That's weird.
It's this natural waterfall, question mark?
Look at this picture of us about to go.
I know.
Wow, wait, that's crazy.
It's actually so cute. Mind you, I don't drive, so like... My three friends drove me across the country and back, and I did not contribute at all.
And that's okay. Wait, look at this cute picture of you. Okay, so we can't be talking about pictures the whole time.
So the first place we went was this Sliding Rock. It's a waterfall, but it's what's the opposite of steep? Not
slanted.
No, the opposite of steep.
It's like a raked stage. Instead of
it's like not steep enough to where
it's like
you can
diagonal, but like very diagonal.
That's steep.
No,
if something is very diagonal, it's steep.
I'm thinking no, because if something is vertical but very diagonal, I think it's going.
Okay, very, very. No. I think, okay, it's the opposite of steep in terms of water. It's like a hill. Look it up. Is there a word for it?
Or antonym. Gentle, gradual, shallow, slight.
Gentle? Okay. It's gentle.
Oh, an incline that is not...
There's no word for it, you guys. It's an incline that's not steep.
It's flatter.
Oh, it's flatter enough. What? Flatter enough. Help, I'm scared.
Why can't we describe it?
It's a waterfall, but it's flat.
It's not flat.
No. It's not steep.
It's like a 45-degree angle.
Yes, so it's not steep. It's less steep. So I'm scared. I feel like I'm like high right now. It's like a waterfall that's not as steep. So you can slide down it.
So, okay. Moral of that story is we were sliding down a waterfall, a natural waterfall.
And that's what we stopped to do.
And then night number one, we also camped in, was that when we camped in the Great Smoky Mountains of Tennessee?
So our real first stop for like overnight was the Great Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. We didn't really do much here. We went to like some campground and just camped in a tent.
I threw up that first night.
Was that the night that I also woke you up in the middle of the night and was like, I'm nauseous?
Maybe.
But then you also threw up. Didn't you poop in a red Solo cup?
Holy fuck.
first night we were having a bad night. I was like, I don't know if I can do this for a month.
I didn't poop in the red Cello cup the first night, though. That was later on.
Really? Oh, was that Kentucky? That was Kentucky.
Kentucky. Fuck, our listeners are gonna be like, what?
Okay, yeah, that was the bad night was in Kentucky. Okay. To be continued. First, it was Tennessee. I think it was pretty uneventful.
Well, the reason why I threw up the first night was literally from anxiety. I remember. And Mason, of course, was comforting me. And he was like, this is part of the journey. He was like, no, like, this is what we want.
Oh my gosh.
Not like actually, but that's one of the reasons why I love him. He was like, it's not about it being like perfect every step of the way. It's about like,
and it wasn't.
The journey.
We'll tell you that.
No, it wasn't.
Wait, go ahead.
I was just so overwhelmed. I was like, what do you mean I'm going to be living outside for the next month? Like, oh my, I just like kind of had a freak out moment. And then I also thought that my tampon was trapped inside of me. It wasn't.
So the next morning, I was also pretty, like, I had a lot of anxious thoughts on this trip too. Like, I think I was just convinced that like I was going to get really hurt or die or something. And I don't know why. So either by like, this is so morbid, but like in a car accident or by a grizzly bear or like something. So we wake up in Tennessee and it's the morning and we're like making breakfast at the campground. And
yes, we had like a little stove.
Yeah. So we had a little stove. Like, what were our supplies? We had this cooler that we kept in between Noelle and I in the back. Well, I don't know. We all rotated seats, but I feel like I just remember the cooler between you and I in the back.
I know. It felt like we were always back there.
I know. So we're making breakfast in our little campground. And one of the first things that happens is I open Mason's trunk to get something out. And for some reason, he had 30-pound weights that he brought, I guess, thinking maybe he was going to do some workouts or something. The weight rolled out of the truck and fell onto my foot out of the Jeep.
That was so bad.
And it hurt so bad. 30-pound weight right onto my foot. And then it hurt for the rest of the trip. I'm pretty sure I talked about that before on the podcast. And then this was the same morning. You thought you had convinced yourself in your head that you had a tampon stuck in you.
Yeah.
So we went to the doctor. We were trying to go to the doctor for my foot, but then you're like, maybe I should have her check for my tampon. And I never even got my foot checked out.
And I just remember texting Claire so much, being like, I'm scared there's a tampon in me. And she was like, feel if there's one in you. And I did. And I was like, I feel something, but I don't know if it's a tampon or my cervix or, yeah, it was just my cervix. Maybe like we should educate women more, or maybe I'm just silly. That, I mean, part of my OCD is like health stuff majorly. So I was like so freaking out that I was just like, I didn't remember taking my last tampon out for some reason. And I was like, oh my God, like what if there's a tampon in me and I get toxic shock syndrome and then I die? And so funny enough, we went to urgent care. Pete was not seen by the doctor and I was. The doctor was like, there's no tampon in you. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went to the doctor for no reason, and Pete should have been the one who was seen by the doctor.
I don't know why I didn't.
Also, we made way too much rice.
Something I remember is our favorite treat meal was like brown rice, beans, corn and lime. Corn. We would say corn, and then we would put lime on it. So it would be like a big plate of rice, beans, corn, and lime. Okay, our next stop was Kentucky. Also, do you remember when we had to get on this, like, so the place we stayed in Kentucky was like it was like campground that you could only get to by, like, you have to cross a river,
like
but there was no bridge.
Island.
Yeah. So we had to drive Mason's car onto this, what do you call it? Like,
it was like a little
ferry thing?
Mini ferry.
And it took us across this like tiny little... You saw a massive snake in Kentucky.
I saw a huge rattlesnake, yes.
And I remember you like saw it and kind of like, you were like, Pete! Or something. And like I screamed, but I didn't even see it.
And then we like ran from the bathroom. It was like at the bathroom. Oh my God, that's why I pooped in a cup.
Yes. So
oh my God, if my parents are listening to this, they're going to like kill me.
We were both not feeling well in the middle of the night. I feel like we both got up. I don't know what was wrong with me. But okay, so yeah, what was the poop thing?
I really had to go, but the last time we were in the bathroom, there was a fucking rattlesnake at the door.
We were scared.
And I was terrified.
And it was like pitch black, you know.
And then we saw another snake. I saw two snakes. I saw one in the grass and one that was by the bathroom. So I was like, I Yeah. And then I went in a solo cup.
Ew. Why
Yep.
not just on the ground?
I think I was scared of there being stuff in the grass. Like, I don't know. I was just freaked out about the snakes and the bugs. And then, so we went to like the cement. There was like a cement. I don't remember how I wiped, but I know I did. I wouldn't have not.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, I did that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Night 2.
Snake scare me. Do you remember that?
Snake scare me. Yes.
I'm sorry, snakes scare me.
Okay, so when we were in Kentucky, we also went to Mammoth Cave.
So cool.
Which was like a real cave that we like walked through. Was that Kentucky? Yeah.
Yeah, that was Kentucky.
And we had a cave moment.
Was it? Or was
it?
Okay.
No, because we went to another cave. Our next stop was Missouri. And we went to a winery where it was also a cave.
Did we go to 2 separate caves?
Yeah, one cave was like one that we actually took a tour. And we walked through a cave.
And then the other one was just a wine cave?
And the other one was like, you just go sit in a cave. And there were like tables and chairs.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We drink wine in a cave.
Yep. And that was Missouri, which was our next stop. Then one of my favorite parts of the trip, I also have this picture of me and Noelle. There was this, I'm going to like insert so many pictures into this. If you have to go watch the video of this one, but there was this weird gas station bathroom that had like 2 toilets on opposite ends of the room.
They were just like next to each other with no stall.
It's crazy.
So we like used the bathroom just like next to each other.
So then we took a huge drive over to Colorado. And that was like a 16-hour drive.
That was a very long day.
It was a long stretch.
Yeah.
So the thing about Colorado that stands out to me, it was one of my favorite spots. It was Frisco. It was on this beautiful lake. But obviously it was in like summer, dead of summer, but like it was really, really cold at night.
Yeah, like freezing.
And I wasn't expecting that. And I didn't bring warm clothes. So I remember like shivering in the tent. And we stayed there for like 3 nights.
Yeah, we did.
I remember wearing my baseball hat to bed just because I needed something on my head.
Dude, remember Mingo?
Yes.
Oh my God, there was this little chipmunk that we named Mingo who just like lived at our campsite, and we would feed Mingo vegetables, and like he would come up to us and literally take them out of our hands.
Yeah, it was really cute.
It was so cute.
Mingo! 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 There you go. Oh my God.
I have been dying to go back to Colorado. It's just
so
like
nice.
so beautiful. The air feels so fresh there. I always say, well, I don't really always say this, but I would love to have a second home in Colorado. That would be like a major dream of mine, just to have like a beautiful nature home in Colorado. Like, oh, it's just so beautiful out there. We made chicken skewers by the fire, but then we were scared that
they weren't cooked enough.
They weren't cooked enough, so we threw them away. That was so wasteful. We got this nice chicken from Whole Foods.
Why didn't we just cook it more?
I don't know.
I'm so confused.
We were like scared because we were roasting it over the fire, and then we were like, wait, what if we didn't cook it enough? And so we just didn't eat it.
I didn't want to eat it. We walked around Denver also, and then we had a day in Boulder. So we did have some city time.
Okay, after Colorado, we drove into Utah, where we stayed at the Great Salt Lake on this campground that was not an actual campground. It was a parking lot. Remember? We stayed in a parking lot.
It was a parking lot directly next to the Great Salt Lake. But there was
smelled so bad.
Oh, yeah, it smelled very sulfury. So it was like the worst smell you could imagine. But
brine.
There weren't many other people there either. And you'd think like the Great Salt Lake, like there would be lots of people visiting it, but there weren't. And there was this one man named Paho.
I miss Paho.
Who worked, I guess, at the site, and he would just come around on his little golf cart, and I don't know.
He was just this like sweet old man. Remember, he told us if we ever become millionaires to help him out.
I don't remember that, but that's funny.
I was like, I literally will.
Great Salt Lake, a very salty lake.
Very salty.
There's nothing living in it except these little things called brine shrimp.
Little shrimpies.
And
they're the only like creature that is able to survive in it because it's that salty.
I don't know if you're necessarily supposed to swim in the Great Salt Lake, but we did.
I don't think you are.
We literally brought like inner tubes
I'm Googling
and
it.
went in it, and it was kind of gross. There were like dead birds. Dude, we were different back then.
Well, we didn't know that there were dead birds. It says, yes, you can swim in the Great Salt Lake, and its extreme salt concentration up to 5 times saltier than the ocean makes it impossible to sink. Okay. Oh, smell and bugs. The lake can have a strong sulfur odor, and you may encounter brine flies. Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
there
God,
were all
the
the flies
flies.
too.
The flies were bad.
The real reason locals don't swim in the Salt Lake: shrimp carcasses.
There were multiple dead birds in the water that we were in, and yeah, the flies. I forgot about the flies, dude.
Yeah, I think like we were swimming, and then when we first saw a dead bird, that's when we were like, wait, what? And then we started seeing more.
Mm-hmm. Wow, it's 5 times saltier than the ocean. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. It smelled bad, and there were dead birds, and we swam in it a lot. And we saw so many little brine shrimp. They're like miniature shrimp.
What was after Utah?
Well, we're forgetting something very important in Utah.
One of the coolest things we saw, I think, on the
the
trip.
Bonneville Salt Flats. Giant. How do you explain it?
It's like it looks like another planet. It's literally, I'll insert a picture. The ground is made of salt. It looks like you're on a glacier. Like it's just a plains of salt, and there's nothing else around.
A vast flat expanse of salt crust in northwestern Utah. The flats are about 12 miles long and 5 miles wide.
Wow.
So it's 12 by 5 miles of salt on the ground. And it looks like you're literally in a different universe. Like everywhere you look, there's just salt, and people drive on it, but you have to be extra careful and slow because there's no traffic signs. So people are literally just driving like in whatever direction.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so cool.
It was so cool.
That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, definitely. And then I think we headed to, we went to Hot Springs too.
Oh, that was so nice. Next, we drove through Zion National Park, and we were going to stop and have a fun day there, except then I crashed Mason's car, and then we didn't.
Yep.
Luckily, his car was fine.
The car in front of us was not. It was a rear ending.
Yeah.
And
my fault. Sorry, guys.
yeah. But that was like a plot twist. We were just driving. It was also like there was a lot of traffic too at the moment. It wasn't like a big crash. It was like
no, yeah, like we were.
But it was significant.
We were probably driving like 20 miles per hour. Like it wasn't like we were driving really fast on the high. That would have been really bad. We were driving slow because there was a lot of traffic, and then I like bumped into the back of another car.
But we all sat in silence when it happened. Like no one said you crashed, and we were like,
yeah, that was terrible. I felt so bad, but luckily no one got hurt. And then it was fine.
yeah, we were like trying to get through the entrance of Zion National Park, which is like one of the most beautiful parks. But we really didn't. We kind of just drove through it. We saw some mountain goats.
I know. At least we got to drive through it and see it, but it's not the same as if we would have gotten to go out and like hike and experience. But we got to look at it. We technically have been. We had to like enter the park gate and to drive through it.
The next stop, though, the place we stayed that night was my favorite spot, I think, in the entire trip. Lone Rock Beach
At Lake Powell. Oh my gosh.
It was so... This is actually inspired one of my songs.
Wait, which one?
So You're Gone.
Oh my God. I don't think I knew that like the beach inspired it. I thought it was like Treep as a whole.
Oh, well, it was Treep as a whole, but like...
But still.
The real like anchor for me when I was writing that song was that. That's why I was writing about the sun is slowly setting down below the water, because we swam at sunset in that lake, and it was like the most beautiful moment. The sand was like so soft.
This is another spot that looks like you're on another planet.
Yeah.
It's like Oh my God. It was so cool. And the water was so blue. And then we just stayed there all day the next day too, remember?
Yeah.
Like we just like went swimming all day at Lake Powell.
But this was right after we talked about this in another episode, but we were camping on a beach and there was literally like a sandstorm. So we ate like soup, scary black bean ramen with sand in it because the sand was just blowing.
We were like crunching the sand.
We couldn't get the tent up because it was so windy.
Wait, was this technically Arizona? Or no? It was like...
It's like right on the border of Utah and Arizona.
Because we went to Horseshoe Bend also, which is a cool...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then after that we went to the Grand Canyon.
Yep.
So then we're officially in Arizona. Went to the Grand Canyon. So awesome.
I remember like the feeling I had because I had never seen like something like the Grand Canyon.
So cool.
And I've got the same feeling at Horseshoe Bend too. My eyes could not like comprehend looking at something so vast.
Yeah.
Like
it's so...
I had never seen something so big and like my brain couldn't comprehend it.
And do you remember what we did after the Grand Canyon instead of like doing another hike?
Did we go to that Mexican restaurant?
We went to Bearizona.
Oh, yeah.
So we really wanted to see bears. And we were like, okay, do we do like a really hard, intense hike at the Grand Canyon? Or do we go to this like little not a theme park,
it's
but this little
like almost like a drive-through safari, but it's all bears.
So it's this place called Bearizona, and we were like, yeah, let's go to Bearizona.
We just wanted to see bears so bad. And we just drove through, and it's just like all these bears around.
Literally. So left the Grand Canyon early, went to Bearizona, saw all these black bears. It was cool, but also like I wanted to see a bear in the wild, but we did later.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Oh my God, remember? Okay, what is this creek we went to in Arizona? That was another one of my favorite days.
Oh.
Do you remember? We like went to this long, beautiful creek in Arizona and just like swam all day.
It was like a natural water park.
Yeah, it was.
I forgot what it was called.
Slide Rock State Park.
Yeah. Slide
it was
Rock.
so fun.
That was fun too. Yeah. We did so much. My gosh.
We did.
Looking back on this, I'm like, we did a lot.
This is okay. Slide Rock was so cool. It was another like literally a natural water park. Yeah, because there were some like waterfall parts that you could slide in. There were like big jumps. It was so fun.
That was so cool. And I remember really looking forward to Arizona because this was our first from the entire trip. Starting in North Carolina till now, we had camped, and
was this our first Airbnb?
Arizona in Sedona, we decided to get an Airbnb and just like have a couple nights. I don't know, maybe 2 nights, maybe it was only 1 night. I don't know.
I think 2
in an Airbnb, and we like made tacos. And you know what? Do you remember what we watched?
We watched Willy Wonka.
We watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory for some reason. We all really wanted to watch that movie. But it was really nice to like sleep in a bed. But we made this feast of guacamole and tacos.
I just found a screenshot from this time that I sent to someone who was ghosting me at the time. I said, I am not an oblivious person, and I genuinely have no idea why you have not texted me back since May. If you are having a problem with me, you need to let me know if you want it to get sorted out. Thanks.
I guess he didn't want to sort it out.
He didn't want to because he never responded. Have not talked since. And so, oh my God, Arizona was... I loved Sedona also. I want to go to like a wellness retreat in Sedona.
That would be nice. Yeah, we had
I miss it.
Like a day. We spent a day like in Sedona in the city and like shopped. And
it was so fun.
What did we go straight from Arizona to LA? Was that our next stop?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a while in houses, I guess, because then we went to visit our friend Brandon in LA, who has a house there.
We didn't get like the full LA experience, I feel like, because it was COVID. So like pretty much everything was closed, and we were only there for a couple of days anyways, but we like went to a really beautiful field in front of the Hollywood sign. That was fun. And I also got to see... Well, we all got to see, but American Horror Story Season 1, the haunted house, the murder house. So got to see that, which was cool. And got to see Brando, which was fun.
Oh, I have a funny story. So we were staying at Brandon's house, and in the midst of all of this road trip, I get a call back for Cats, the musical tour. And for Grisabella, she's like the one cat that doesn't like dance, and she sings Memory of the Lord in the moonlight. The iconic song. Touch me. I was like, I gotta call back. I can't not record it. But it was I had to sing Memory in Brandon's house one morning, and then I had to do a dance call. So I was like on his lawn, like doing this like cat's dance call.
So
the show
funny.
must go on, you guys.
The show must go on. I remember
But
that
honestly,
video.
it's really great that it happened then, because if we were like at a campsite, I don't know.
Strangers would have like seen you. Okay, then we enter another really great part of the trip. We went to Sacramento for one night and stayed with our friend Kiki. So we had one night staying at her childhood home in Sacramento, but then the next day we drove to Lake Tahoe and stayed with her at her family home there, and it was literally a house
Awesome.
on the lake, like right on the beach.
Right on Lake Tahoe.
Oh my God. And if you have not been to Lake Tahoe, you guys, it is seriously one of my favorite places. I mean, honestly, like so many of the places on Treep we went to were some of my favorite places.
I know. I keep saying
I miss being out west. I want to go back out west. It's just so beautiful.
I know.
So Lake Tahoe, literally stunning. Like, it's the perfect mix of beautiful mountains and beautiful water, because the water is literally clear. It is all clear blue.
And it's a beach.
Yes, and sand. And then there's all these beautiful mountains, green mountains surrounding it. Oh my God. So beautiful.
Yeah. I think we stayed there for like a few days.
We did. So that felt like vacation time too. Like we were like not adventuring and whatever. Like we woke up, would go and lay on the beach, swim, paddleboard, whatever, and then go, wait a second. Do you remember the man?
I was going to say this, yes.
My God.
It was actually terrifying. At night, late at night, we were all sitting on the couch together watching TV or something.
Oh my God.
And this man we hear the front door open and we're like, huh? Like, what? I guess like it's one of those houses where you walk in and it's I guess we were on the second level. Like the living room was on the second level. And we hear someone coming up the stairs and it was just this man. And so I'm assuming like, is this like Kiki knows this guy? Like he would just stared at us. He must have been really drunk and he was like, he went into the wrong house.
So
but like how scary.
It was so scary. We were literally watching High School Musical and then we just hear someone coming upstairs and we're all kind of like, what? And then this man just stands there and stares at us. And I think Kiki was the one who said something. Wasn't she like...
She was probably like,
hello?
Hi?
She was like... Yeah, she was like...
she probably said hello.
She was like... She was like...
We're all just like staring at him. I'm thinking Kiki knows this guy.
She's like, hello? Can I help you? Or something. And he's like, oh, like, this isn't my house, is it? And we're like, no. And then
I guess we should have locked the door.
I was like so scared.
So
that
scary.
Would have been like,
I mean, yeah,
it's really scary. But Lake Tahoe also, like, we were taking edibles and like drinking a lot. And like, it was so fun.
It was fun. And this is also where we saw bears.
Oh
so
my God.
Bear number one. Sun is setting and it's like dinner time. I felt like we were getting ready to go somewhere. For some reason. Did we ever go anywhere? Did we go to dinner or something?
I don't know.
But I walked outside and I was like, Noelle, there's a bear.
And a man was walking with it,
And a man was walking with it. It was weird. And then later that night.
The view from the window.
Yeah. There was this fire pit and a couch outside. And we were sitting out there and I got this feeling and I turned around and there was a black bear right there. Like I'm like trying to think,
few feet away from us.
Trying to think like what's the distance like between me and this light? 10 feet away.
And I was drunk and I remember being like, hello, little bear. Hi.
And I was like freaking out.
And I was like trying to get closer to it because I'm silly.
All right. So yeah, we had a few days in Lake Tahoe, which were really fun. Kind of a break from the road trip vibe. there was these like weird men who came to talk to us, and they were sitting with us at the fire pit. And the guy looks at me. He's probably like in his 40s. He looks at me and asks me if my hair is gray. And you got so mad, and you were like, her hair's not gray. Why would you ask her if her hair is gray? I remember you getting so defensive about it.
because that's why would he ask me that?
Also, what do you mean? Like, my hair is clearly brown.
Him going, is your hair gray?
Like, no, it's actually not. All right. So what was after Tahoe? Oh, Idaho.
Oh my God.
We went straight to another friend's house in Sun Valley, Idaho. It was gorgeous. That was another one of my favorite places.
Wait, something weird happened. Do you remember like...
Did we stay in a motel for one night?
Yes, we stayed in a motel
And we got
night.
Taco Bell.
Why did we stay in a motel?
Because we were supposed to have the Tahoe house for another night.
Oh yeah, so
We had to leave Lake Tahoe unexpectedly early, so we ended up having to we didn't have plans of anywhere to stay. And so we got this like random motel. We got Taco Bell. I remember that. And then the next day we drove to Idaho.
yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
We thought we had another night at Lake Tahoe, but we didn't.
Yeah,
What
there
was
was
the reason.
I don't know. There was a miscommunication or something. But we had to get out of the house because it was like our friend's family's friend's house, you know?
Yeah, so we stayed at a motel one night in Idaho.
The next day we made it to
Sun Valley,
Sun
Idaho,
Valley.
and stayed with our friend Travis.
Yes.
Wow. So we actually, I feel like the first part of the trip, we were really camping. And then there was a period of time where we really weren't camping at all for a
That's
second.
actually very true. Yeah. But then on the way back, we did again. Sun Valley. Beautiful. I think Idaho might be one of the most
so beautiful.
underrated. Like,
100%.
do people know how beautiful Idaho is? 'Cause
No.
it was stunning.
And also, a lot of celebrities apparently have houses in Sun Valley,
Yeah.
Idaho, because one, it's
very
so
bougie.
beautiful, and two, like people don't really know about it as much. So, like, I guess it's like a good getaway.
But we did a hike. I remember I had horrible shoes for it, and I kept sliding down
I remember
the little hills.
the hike felt hard for me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we swam in this beautiful lake.
Beautiful
that
lake
was
that was
on the hike.
Also so freezing, but like
It was
gorgeous.
so cold.
It was so cold. It was like ice.
Wait, okay. And then we went tubing down a river.
Mm-hmm.
Like we literally got tubes and went down this whole river for like miles.
And then on the river, we made a pit stop, and this is where we got into these natural like clay things, and we literally put clay all over our entire faces and bodies.
Literally natural clay, like light gray. It was so cool. Literally the color of
Wait,
our
this video
drinks.
of Mason kills me. Mason was like making prosthetics out of the clay.
Like he
It's so scary. Noelle, I want to see your prosthetics. Come here, babe.
So silly.
this like natural clay place.
Yes,
my
they were making
God.
like prosthetic facial features out of the clay.
Like making noses out of the clay. Wait, dude, do you remember this? This is when TikTok started too.
Yeah, this is when TikTok was starting to pop off. So, yeah, if you guys remember the TikTok trend, my name, my age, my favorite color, my height, my sign, do I have a lover? It's like people would make a video to that sound and put like their age or whatever. But we were singing, we were like, what is it? My name, my weight. We were like, wait, no, it's not weight. That would be weird.
I have the video of me singing that and you going, it's not weight.
My name, my age, my favorite color.
My height, my weight.
Do I have a mother?
My height, my weight. Like, why would you put your weight on the TikTok? My name, my age, my favorite color, my height, my weight. Do I have a lover? You were like, it is not weight. But then, yeah, we just turned it into my weight,
and my weight.
Like, why did we use that voice to my weight, and my weight?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, eggs.
Eggs. We're not there yet. But okay, after Idaho, we did spend like a little bit longer there, maybe 2 or 3 days. we then headed to Yellowstone. And
so
if
beautiful.
you haven't noticed, I'm wearing, in honor of this episode, my Yellowstone t-shirt
I should have worn mine.
that I got when we were there. And it's actually seriously one of my favorite shirts I have. Favorite t-shirts for sure. It's just so cute and cozy, and it reminds me of Treep.
I loved Treep. And we were so scared of seeing grizzly bears at night.
Yellowstone is one of the only places in the U.S. that has grizzly bears. So I was kind of convinced the whole time that we were going to see grizzly bears. Well, or I wanted to see one, but I was scared to see one while we were camping.
At night, we heard that noise and we thought it was a bear, but then it was an old man in a tent near us snoring.
But it literally sounded
It was like, wait, I don't...
That's what it sounded like. I'm not even
good.
kidding.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
I can't...
It sounded like a bear.
Yeah.
And Jake and Mason were watching Drag Race outside of the tent.
Like on their phones.
And you and I were trying to sleep.
We were like, there's a bear. But nope, it was just a man snoring.
But Yellowstone was very cool. We only had one day there. We did not spend enough time. But we saw lots of things. Waterfall.
It was really cool. But then we went to Minnesota.
What did we decide to do in Minnesota?
The Mall of America?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
The thing we did... And I think we didn't have much of our route home planned as much as we did the way there.
No, we had so much planned the way there, and on the way back we were just like, I don't know.
Winged it, and we decided to go to the Mall of America because we needed somewhere to stop. We were like, okay, we can go to the Mall of America,
and we didn't get to see the because in oh my god. Okay, also remember when we were driving through South Dakota, there was a birthday party happening at a gas station.
Yes. Wait. We went into a gas station, Noelle and I. We put our hair in ponytails
and tied our ponytails together
and held hands
and just went in there.
And walked into a gas station. We were like, let's just go in.
I think I posted a TikTok on the Take It Home account of us doing that.
It was really
just random
silly
shit. But we didn't get to see what is that thing called? Am I so silly?
Mount Rushmore?
Yeah. We didn't see Mount Rushmore. It was too far away. So we went to the Mall of America instead. Ironically, at the beginning of the episode, we're talking about how it's COVID and how we made it so safe and socially distant. But then we went to the Mall of America.
True. But we wore masks.
We did. This was a non-nature day. We literally rode roller coasters because the Mall of America has roller coasters.
They were just opening the park back up. So we talked about this before on the podcast. But
we rode them for free.
They were like, do you want to test the rides as we're opening them back up?
Because they had been closed for months, and they were like, you can ride them for free if you want to test them. And we were like, okay. So we literally test rode roller coasters. Kind of scary, but
yeah.
And then we did an escape room.
Oh my gosh, we did an escape room.
Didn't we do 3 escape rooms on Treep?
I think only 2 because we did one with
only 2.
Yeah. After the Mall of America and the escape room, we camped again, back in our camping phase, at this farm that was so freaking cute.
And they gave us fresh chicken eggs
in the morning, and there were goats. And it was actually gorgeous. I remember the sunset that night. It was just this little Midwestern farm.
Oh.
The next stop, I think, was Michigan, right?
Oh my gosh! I can't believe I'm at your house! I can't either. This is so weird. Pizza! In Michigan! Wait, this is really weird. I know. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know.
Why are you being so weird about it? The goal was to end the trip kind of in Michigan back at my house. So from Minnesota, we took the route. Oh my God, we forgot a part. We went through the upper peninsula of Michigan to come back down towards Detroit. But we stopped in Mackinac Island. And then eventually we ended up at my humble abode.
Pete's childhood home, which is crazy because none of us had ever been there because she lives in Michigan and we went to school in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So that was
special.
The one and only time. Well, at least for now. I'm sure I'll go back at some point, but that was the only time I've ever been to your house.
Yeah, and we did lots of things. So yeah, and we ended the trip in Michigan and we went our separate ways after that.
I remember the last night of Treep being really sad.
I like don't remember that.
I remember like us laying in your childhood bedroom, like on mattresses. Well, actually not your bedroom,
Okay, so
your
the
new
thing
one.
that was so funny. So I have a sister and I always had the bigger room, but because I had moved out, my sister always wanted to switch rooms. And it just so happened that we were in the process of switching rooms while we ended up in Michigan. So like Lily had redone her room or whatever. And then my room had like no furniture because all my furniture was, I don't know, it was getting swapped around. So
There's nothing in your bedroom.
there was like nothing in my room. We had air mattresses. So you didn't really get to see my childhood bedroom, but
it was so, we like all slept on mattresses on the floor. And I just remember being like, whoa, it's over. This experience that the four of us had together. That's why I feel like traveling with people and having experiences like this is so, I don't even know what the word is.
this whole thing
It was just crazy. Like, I can't believe that's something that happened.
I know. And it took place over an entire month pretty much. And I think it was that, or like 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks. And
I'm so glad we did that.
I know we went so many places and had so many different experiences and so many memories. And
Like, we can say we did a cross-country road trip.
yeah, we really did. Literally drove from coast to coast, California all the way to, North Carolina all the way to California and back around to Michigan.
And, like, camped everywhere. Well, then there's a period where we didn't really camp, but
at most,
like, that
And
was
spent-
so cool of us.
we spent a lot of time in nature. And I will say, I was in my nature era at that point. Like I miss
nature.
it. It's really hard to get a good dose of nature in New York City, I will say. Like obviously there are the parks, but the parks aren't really the same as like being in the forest or like being in a nature trail, you know?
100% not.
Like, or being at the beach. I mean, we do have beach here, but it's just not the
different.
same. And it's hard. And I miss that. I miss it so much.
Especially because those places are like miles and miles and miles of nature. Like,
yeah.
you
It's
can't
truly
find
nature.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, Central Park isn't that. Like, it's not
the same.
Not the same.
It's just a different thing. Like, yeah. I mean, it is nice to lay in Central Park and be by trees and grass and open areas. But it's not the same as truly being in nature.
That was just like, that was one of the most special times of my life.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And it's so crazy. Like, I haven't really like in depth thought about that in a while, and going back through all the photos and thinking about the little moments,
little details
the
we don't always think about.
Yeah. Part of me is like, how did I do that? Because I'm such a different person now. Like the thought of like swimming in the Great Salt Lake with those flies and like,
okay, I would not do that part anymore.
I know. And like how hard it was to like shower and like even go to the bathroom.
We took showers. Every single shower we took was together, I think, on Treep.
That's so funny. Yeah, because it was like scary. And then also every time we went to the bathroom too, like because the campsite bathrooms were really scary, some of them. I remember the worst one was unfortunately on the beach that I loved, Lone Rock Beach.
Oh, that
had a horrible one.
So bad.
And oddly, the one in Missouri was like, we had to hold our breath the entire time.
Yeah, that was real bad.
Oh, some of them were really, really gross.
And you just go in and there would be like bugs crawling around because they were pretty much
Yeah.
like outdoor bathrooms. Like, it would just be like a stall in the middle of a forest.
yeah, or like an outhouse basically, you know?
Not like nice bathrooms.
So, but there was the one that you were talking about. I think the one on the farm in Minnesota was actually cute. It was like some like compost toilet.
Oh, yeah.
So it was weird, but that one felt like clean for being like an outdoor toilet on a farm. But yeah, most of them. It was nice that we kind of broke up the trip with having like some time in like actual hotels and houses and stuff, because I don't know if I could do like, I don't know. I definitely was like craving a bed by that point.
That's how I think the best way to travel is. I think like if you're going to do an outdoorsy adventure trip, you got to put in a couple of nights in like a nicer spot.
Yeah, because otherwise I feel like you get burnt out.
Dude,
You
I
just like
say
rejuvenate.
I would not have been able to because this past summer when I did Brazil into Costa Rica, I seriously think I would have been like dead, or like I don't know how I would have done it going straight from Brazil to Costa Rica if my last 2 nights in Brazil weren't at like a nice hotel. Because we stayed in a lot of like hostels and stuff, which is so fun. And also maybe it's a privilege for me to be like, I need to stay in a nicer spot for a night. Like, I don't know, but it really is helpful.
We did that on our Spain trip too. I mean, we had nice housing the whole time because we stayed with
my mom and then Mason.
We stayed in a hostel one night, and then we stayed with Noelle's mom and then Mason. So like we were like in apartments. But then we like not splurged because it was affordable, but stayed in a really, really nice Airbnb for like the last portion of the trip.
And we had a moment, but it didn't feel that nice and relaxing because it was in Cinque Terre, and we were like,
oh yeah,
like we had an Airbnb in Cinque Terre too, which is like a beachy town, but that moment of the trip was not great.
Yeah. It wasn't because did we talk about this?
We actually have talked about it on another show. I don't remember which one.
So weird. I will never forget the feeling I felt when I was there.
Yeah.
It was so unfortunate. Like, I don't know if like our place was haunted or if there was just some weird energy, but we were in this beautiful beach town in the coast of Italy, and it was really, really, really rainy and cold and gloomy. Like, of course, every other day in Italy we had was like 80s to like in the 80s, sunny. And then this one day we chose to go to like a beach town. It was like really not great weather, and
yeah,
I just felt like really uneasy. It was so odd.
Yeah, it felt weird
because Cinque Terre is very like, it's very old. It's all stairs, old like stone steps. It's very squished together.
It's hard to get around.
It's not spacious. So, well, yeah, it was just whatever. That's besides the point. It was still beautiful.
It was beautiful, but yeah, it wasn't what we wanted. Also, because it was raining the entire time, so we didn't get like beautiful beach weather.
Yeah.
But point is, it's nice to mix in like when you're having a super adventurous, outdoorsy, like grimy trip to have.
It was definitely grimy.
It was a grimy AF on Treep. So it's nice to have a few days of like Airbnbs and staying with friends mixed in. That's my favorite way to travel because I love both.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get burnt out easily. Like I always think like towards the end of trips, I'm never ready to leave, but I'm ready to like rest. Like I felt that way with like so many places I've been. Like even when we were in Europe, like by the end, I'm like, ugh, like I need rest, but I don't necessarily want to go home. Like I want to like have a few days to like chill in the city I'm in and not feel like I'm going and exploring and having to see everything and blah, blah, blah. But like a few days in that city to rejuvenate and then start adventuring again.
That's why it would be so nice to like actually kind of like live somewhere for a longer period, like
I know,
a couple months or something, because then you don't feel like this is a trip and I have to fit everything in and take advantage of every single moment. You can really experience the place, and
I still want to move to London at some point.
You can kind of get like stable in one area for a moment and like really experience it. But
wow,
this is making me want to go on a trip.
I know, same. Now I'm really like in a long trip. Wow, now I'm like in a nostalgic mood. I'm feeling nostalgic.
I know.
I'm just so grateful for Treep. And that's how we decided that we would become roommates too. Because we literally spent a whole month like in the back of this tiny Jeep together and didn't get annoyed with each other.
Yeah.
And didn't fight. Like none of us fought at all.
No.
Like we each got in like bad moods at some point, but that's inevitable when you're in a small car with the same people for 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think we had like any conflict really.
No. Literally, we didn't. It was perfect. It was the perfect group. We all wanted the same things all the time. We all had the same sense of humor. That's the other thing, too. I feel like we were just laughing nonstop the entire trip. Like, just at the stupidest stuff. Like, corn. Like, why did we just started calling corn?
And we kept saying, rocky terrain.
Oh my God, I forgot. Rocky terrain.
Because there was just rocky terrain everywhere.
Rocky terrain.
Rocky terrain.
And windy. When it was really windy outside, we would be like, it's so windy.
Windy! It's a windy night.
It was good times. Yeah, this is making me feel nostalgic. Life is just so different. Like, okay, also just have to say before we end this, the cooler was such a meme because we had this tiny little, you know, like those tiny coolers that have like handles, the like hard plastic ones. It like we would periodically go grocery shopping and get like some things like, well, we ate a lot of like deli meat, and like I remember having like almond butter and bread a lot, and like jam.
Oh my God, remember like almond butter with tortilla, I think we were eating? Or
Oh
what
my God.
was that?
It was an almond flour tortilla. It was an almond flour tortilla with the garlic spread.
Oh my God, that was so good.
I don't know. Did we go to Trader Joe's or something?
Yeah, we must have. 'Cause we
garlic
got
spread
the garlic spread dip.
The ultimate.
So good.
Like if you go to like a Lebanese restaurant and they give you garlic dip, it's that. But Trader Joe's has a version of it. And
So
we got
good.
these almond flour tortillas. That was the key too, because it wasn't like a normal tortilla. It was like very light. And then we would eat it with like the garlic spread, just like random things. But the cooler somehow, like, maybe we would get cheese and stuff too. It smelled so bad because as soon as something would get like a little bad, we would throw it away. But then like the smell would linger. So every time we opened the cooler, it was like,
It smells so
oh, it was
bad.
horrible. I remember
And it was
hating
just
it.
like sitting in the middle seat the whole time. Well, what is our take home?
Our take home is, I guess we didn't really talk about, I did want to touch on like the importance of spending time in nature.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be the take home. I think as humans, as animals of this earth, literally, like, we are meant to connect with it. Like, anytime. Oh, I remember like in North Carolina going on nature trails a bunch. That was like a huge thing. And one of the only like things there were to do in town, and the silence that you would experience is
I
like
miss silence.
you don't get that. You don't get that here. You don't get that in most places. But I remember like I went with Michaela one day and we were just like out there and we were like, oh my God, it's so quiet. It's like a peace like you don't experience on the day to day.
Yeah.
And just like being in the fresh air and like putting your feet on the grass apparently actually has benefits for you.
I
Wait, I want to
believe
look
it.
this up. Okay, so according to the internet, my trusty source, walking barefoot on grass, often called grounding or earthing, is reported to have several health benefits, including reduced inflammation, lower stress levels, improved sleep, and better blood flow.
Earthing.
The practice suggests that direct contact with the Earth's natural surface allows the body to absorb electrons that neutralize free radicals, though some studies suggest these benefits may be limited or partly due to the placebo effect. But I believe it.
I believe it.
Like, come on.
I want to walk on grass barefoot right now.
I know. I miss it.
I'm craving it.
But anyway, the take home is get outside, connect to nature, and take care of the planet
Please.
when you can.
Please take care of the planet. Recycle.
You know what makes me emotional? Have you ever seen the planetarium show?
No, but you've talked about it before. I'm pretty sure you've talked about it on the podcast.
I have?
Actually, maybe
I
not.
don't think I have. But so I nanny. This will be the last thing I say. And the kids I nanny for, the family, they have a membership to the Natural History Museum in New York. And it's right, near their apartment. And so there was a time when I was going like weekly with the kids, and we would get to do like the really cool stuff for free. And one of them is the planetarium, and they show this movie in the planetarium of like all the different planets and their characteristics. But like the premise is how each tiny, like one tiny little thing about a certain planet and its environment would cause something to happen to it that made it unsustainable to support life. But it's like the tiniest little things. And it's like if Earth was positioned like this much further away from the sun or this much closer, or the atmosphere was this or that, like it's literally a miracle that like this planet can support life. And with how big the universe is and, all the galaxies, I'm sure there's another planet out there that can support life.
There has to be.
There has to be. There's no way. But anyway, it's just, it makes me cry every time because at the end they're like, this is our home and we have to take care of it. And like, I don't know, like we're truly blessed to like be on a planet that supports life.
How long is that video? Like 30
It's like
minutes?
a 20, 25 minute
I
little
want to
movie.
see it. I want to
It's-
go.
It's really good. They actually changed it now,
No.
but they play the old one in like a flat screen theater.
Oh.
I don't know.
Do you like the new one?
Not as much.
Damn.
Yeah, I love the old one. But anyway,
Take care of the
nature.
planet. Connect with
Earth.
nature. If you live in New York City, like the parks aren't doing it for you, you can take like the what is it? Not New Jersey, like Long Island Railroad, I think. Up, you can go to like why am I forgetting the name? I want to say Cold Stone.
Cold Spring.
Cold Spring.
Yeah, like upstate. That's something I want to do more.
Yeah, you can just take a little day trip, and I think tickets are like $15 on the train. So not like as cheap as it would be taking the subway, but like you can go and there are nature trails and you're like in the mountains, and it just takes like an hour and a half to get there on the train.
It's so funny because the state of New York is so large. And New York City is such a small part of it, but there's so much more to New York.
Oh, I want to do another Catskills trip.
Yeah,
Low-key,
me too.
we need to start planning that for October, like now.
I know everything always comes up last minute, and
I'm gonna text Sarah like after this sode.
but yeah, I do want to get out of the city more. As much as I love the city, it feels good to get out of it.
It
'Cause
feels
it's
very good.
It's a little bubble.
That's why the dream is to have 2 homes, or
Yeah.
not 2, multiple.
Yeah.
And we will.
All right. Is
I
that
love
it for
you
today?
all. I think so.
Thank you for listening. You can follow us at Take It Home Pod on Instagram and TikTok. That'd be awesome. You can keep up with us. And yeah, if you have something you want us to talk about, you can leave us a message and follow us so we show up in your feed every Thursday.
And we love ya.
We come out with a new episode. So we'll see you next Thursday. All
Ciao,
right.
Bellas.
Ciao.
Love ya.
Soon we're gonna be in Missouri.
I love bridges. Missouri.
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 I am in
Missouri
Missouri.
Missouri business.
In the business of Missouri. 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 Missouri.
Oh, we're in Illinois. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh.